Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, March 12th at like 8:15. Franklin, get off. I thought I'd come on and do a little bit of an update. I probably won't be on too long. I have like cat hair stuck to my mouth. So, I feel like it's been a while since I've live streamed. Let me see when the last time I streamed was because I don't want to repeat any updates. One second. I need to get my glasses because I can't see anything. Live stream. Oh, update. Oopsie daisy. Okay, 3 weeks ago. That's not too bad. So hey Brandon, how are you? How's it going? What's new with you? So for those of you that don't know, Kevin did an update live stream. What did you do? Was it Saturday? I can't remember when it was, but sometime within the last week. Which was really cool. Really cool. So he kind of gave his update. I think I gave some updates in there. So I've just been really busy. I've been working a lot. I've got a lot of stuff going on like in my personal life right now. I did buy a new vehicle. About 3 weeks ago, I got a 2000, well, new to me, it's used. I got a 2023 Bronco, which I love. I love Broncos. I don't know. I really had a lot of like regret after I bought it because I was like, why would I spend that much money on a vehicle that like it's designed to go off-roading, right? And I don't really have any plans to go off-roading, maybe like a little bit, but nothing crazy. So, but I love the way that they look. I love the way that they look. And so it is what it is. I do plan on, so I got it. Mine is the base model Bronco. I got it in the Area 51, which is like a gray blue. They actually don't make that color anymore. I am going to do some upgrades to it. What I love about the Broncos is they're very customizable. You can add a lot of stuff to really make them your own. So mine came with like a lot of the higher trim Broncos are they come with like lift kits. I don't know if they're lift kits pre-installed, but they just come lifted higher than like a base model Bronco. So I think the tires that I have on my Bronco right now are like I think 31-ish inches. So it's like a 255 what is it? 255 70 16. I can't remember, but the biggest tires that I can get on my Bronco without having it lifted are 33 inches. So I think it's like 32.8 inches, which would be a 285, 70 or 75 are 16. Now, for some reason, the base Broncos come with 16-inch wheels, which is crazy. So I had thought about upgrading to a 17-inch wheel before, like at the same time as getting my new tires, but I kind of decided against that because that's like a lot of money all at once to spend. I can get the bigger tires that I want on a 16-inch wheel. So that's what I'm going to do for now. It is going to inherently raise it a little bit without actually lifting the Bronco. But to me, it looks like, I don't know, it looks like it's got little golf cart tires on it right now because the Bronco is meant to have like big, to me, they look kind of like little monster trucks. So I'm excited to get new tires. I'm going to get new lettering for my grill. My base Broncos have black lettering that say Bronco in the grill. I'm going to get, I think maybe orange or the like standard white lettering. I used to drive a 92 Bronco. The old Broncos were the best, Brandon. They were the best. I wanted to get a two-door because the two doors look like the classic Broncos, but it's just not, I guess it's realistic for me because it's just me in my car, but I don't know. Two-door just seems weird to me. So I did get a four-door, but I love Broncos. They're so fun. They're so fun. This is the first four-wheel drive vehicle I've ever had, the first rear wheel drive vehicle that I've ever had. So it takes some getting used to driving it in the snow for sure. We actually haven't had, like, we've had some pretty warm days, so I haven't driven it very much in the snow, but I'm definitely not used to the back end sliding out because that never happens in my vehicles that I've had before. I do have the 2.3 liter EcoBoost engine in this rather than the 2.7 liter, which is fine. That's all I need. I was a little bit concerned because Broncos are known because, well, they're not good with gas. They're four-wheel drive vehicles and they're meant to be off-roaded. But the Bronco, right now, mine averages 20.8 miles per gallon, which is not bad. It's not bad for a Bronco. I am going to probably lose about a mile per gallon when I get the bigger tires. And also it's going to throw my speedometer off and Ford can't reset that. I'd have to go to somebody with 4Scan so that they can reset but it's only going to put me a few miles off. But I missed you too, Brandon. I feel like there's so many people, like we were saying in Kevin's live stream, like, we're wondering how KG Smith is. And, a lot of the people that used to frequent Kevin's live streams. Hey, Morrison. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm very slowly shopping for my tires. I know generally what I'm going to get, and they're going to be a good all season tire. That's going to be good in the snow. But for me, it's like, I want ones that look good. But I'm also not going crazy. So let me see. So the base Broncos come with the steel rims. They call them the Steelies. A lot of people love them. They seek them. I don't like the Steelies. Eventually I'd like to get like black wheels. I'm trying to find a picture of the Steelies. Here they are. Hang on. All right, I'm gonna see if I can share this really quickly. So this isn't my Bronco, obviously, but like this picture over here, these are the Steelies, the steel tires, rims, whatever, that come on the base model Bronco. Like I said, people spend a lot of money to get those. I don't like them. So I'm going to, whoopsie daisy. I'm going to get something else, but yeah, I mean, I've had some issues. It's been in the shop a few times. Well, I'm not even going to get into it because it stresses me out, but so I just got it back. But yeah, actually it's been, what was it today's? So Monday, it was in the 60s here, which is crazy. So I put the top down for the first time in my Bronco. I went topless, drove all through the town with my top down. It was really nice. So my other little update is my mom and sister and I went to this dispensary today. Now, you guys know I haven't used cannabis in however many months I've been on Boost Bar. I can't tell you how long it's been, but it's been several months. And I stopped using it primarily because I had a panic attack and my anxiety had just been out of control on its own. So anyway, we went to this. We had to go to some other places, but my sister wanted to stop in this dispensary, and I didn't even want to go in. I was in a mood. I was in a real mood. We went in and they had these gummies that were 1 milligram. Okay. So for reference, like the lowest strength you can usually get, especially in like New York, is 5 milligrams. And that's what I would usually take. You get like, a lot of them are 10 milligrams. The lowest is usually 5. And that's what I would take, 5 milligrams of hybrid or indica, but preferably hybrid. And sometimes that would be perfect. Sometimes it would be a little too much. It just really depended. So anyway, these gummies are 1 milligram THC to 20 milligrams CBD, which also has a counteracting effect on the THC. And my mom was actually really excited about them because she wanted to find something to use. And 5 milligrams is too much for her. So we bought them. And actually, no, we didn't buy them. They gave us a thing for free. I can't remember why they gave them to us for free, but they did, to try them. And it was wonderful. Like, no, it was great. It did like just what it was intended to do, like the benefits without anything crazy. So we ended up buying some more. So anyway, I took a one little baby milligram THC gummy, like, I don't know, 6 hours ago, so, um, yeah, so yeah, it was nice. Like, I didn't take the whole top down, like, that's a whole thing, like, I have to take the windows out and all that, which it's not hard to do. They showed me how to do it. It's harder to get it back in place than it is to take it out, but I can just flip the top, like, the basically, like, so the whole front seat and half of the back seat is open just in, like, 2 seconds. I can do that myself and then put it back, no problem, so Tuscan, how's it going? You know what's so funny? I can't remember what it was, but somebody else, I saw somebody pronounce Tucson Tuscan within the last few weeks, and I was like, "Oh my God, how are you?" Um, Good seeing you, broski. Doing well, thanks, man. Chilling with a pup. Oh, nice. You know what? I've been thinking about wanting a dog. I'm not gonna get one, but um, I wish I could. I wish I'm not home enough. I work long shifts, so it's not feasible for me, and it's not fair for me to get a dog, but I would love one. I've been watching, so I've been kind of embracing my inner redneck a little bit because of the Bronco. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of a rednecky thing, whatever. It's fine. I do have a little bit of redneck in me. But I started watching somehow it came up in my YouTube feed because I was watching all these Bronco reviews and I was watching people go off-roading and stuff like that. So I started getting people who were doing like overlanding trips. I'm sorry if this is vibrating. Franklin's like rubbing his face against it. I started like getting in my feed people that were like doing camping trips in their Broncos and then their Land Rovers, all different kinds of vehicles. And then I came across people that pretty much live in them, like they've converted them. And I started following this one girl, and I can't think of her name, but I literally have been binge watching her videos. And she had a dog, I think an Australian Shepherd, that traveled with her, and his name was Blue because he had one blue eye. And he was just the sweetest thing. And I was literally watching her videos for just a day, like it had been a day. And I was catching up. And then I got to like the most recent ones and found out that Blue died. Like the poor guy. I mean, he was an older dog and he had cancer. And I was a wreck. Like I was sobbing hysterically for this dog that I have just been watching on YouTube for like a day. Crazy. But anyway, I've been in like watching all of those kind of videos. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on because I feel like I can't see anything. Yeah, you know what? I think I need to put them on. All right. So, shout out Tuscan. I need an emotional support pup. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like I'm like my cat's emotional support person, not the other way around, but Brandon says, "Hey everyone again. Heck yeah, you'll fit right in with the GA boys." That sounds hella fun. Those newer Broncos. Yeah, they're so I didn't get like they have the Raptor out now, and the Raptor is like I think it's like $100,000. But honestly, I don't really love the way that the Raptors look, but the regular Broncos, I love. They're just fun. They're just fun. It's fun to be in. It's fun. I can't tell you why, but it's fun to drive. And I've never been like a sports car kind of person. Like honestly, I've never really cared what I was driving as long as it was reliable and safe. And, that's all I really ever cared about. But there's just something about Broncos that I love. But now like another vehicle that I was interested in was the Toyota 4Runner. The new ones of those are actually more than Broncos, like a 2024 2024 4Runner is like I think like $50,000, something like that. So poor Blue. I know, poor Blue. Hello, Righteous Monkey. I'm glad you got the Bronco. Yeah, I am too. I mean, I've definitely like it's a thing. Like I actually like poor Rob, like I yelled at him so bad the other night because like I said, my car, I don't even want to get into it because I'm defensive about it. And I don't want to I've been back at Ford like 4 times. Did I say that 4 times since I got it? I just picked it back up today. They had to replace the airbag system. And I was talking to Rob the other night and he said something like, well, yeah, I mean, Broncos are kind of pieces of shit. And I said, excuse me, Your car is a piece of shit and it's ugly too. At least my Bronco's not ugly. I was so mad. I was so defensive. Rob, if you're listening, I love you. But I was so mad. They actually have great reviews. I mean, there are negatives about them, like especially the gas mileage, if that's something that bothers you. There are for sure negatives about them, but for what they are, they have really good reviews. I just, for some reason, this is my second vehicle in a row that I've had horrible luck with, and I'm hoping as of today that that turns around because it's really starting to piss me off. Like my mental health was like getting affected to the point where I was like, I cannot do this again. I cannot have another POS car. Like this can't happen, you know. I actually like, here's the thing. So I had to go into the dealership Monday. Wait, no, sorry, yesterday, Tuesday, before the issue was diagnosed. And I said, I'm going to go in there with a positive attitude. I'm going to be super kind and respectful to the service guy. And like, I'm going to like joke around with him and blah, blah, blah. And I did until the very end. He comes after I waited there for like 2.5 hours. He comes to get me and he says, well, so the restraint, the airbag circuit light was on when I brought it in, and it was on when they took the dash apart. I'll explain. Actually, before that, I had the dash taken apart the week before because they had to replace my touchscreen, which was overheating, still overheating. Anyway, so they go in, they take the dash, take the dash apart again. They're going through like checking different whatever circuits or whatever for the airbag issue. And then I guess what happened was the light went off while they were doing that. So they stopped and they put it back together and they said, the light's off. I said, okay, well, why was it on in the first place? Oh, we don't know. It's off now. Are you kidding me? So they're basically telling me that if there's no code being thrown, this is the same shit I dealt with the Escape. If there's no code being thrown, there's nothing they can do about it. I said, so what you're telling me is the computer's doing the job. You're not. You're just there operating the computer. You have no idea. You're doing what the computer tells you. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing, basically. And he said, no, that's not what I said. I said, oh, can you repeat it then so that I can understand? And he said the exact same thing. And I said, yeah, so the computer's doing your job. Without that computer, you have no idea what you're looking for. You don't know what to do. And listen, I get it to an extent. I really do, because you need to pretty much be an electrician these days with how much electronics are in these cars. I get that. I'm not like disputing that. But like, what's the point of having a mechanic if you can't use your own brain and troubleshoot and be like, okay. And again, I also understand from a warranty standpoint, Ford is not going to pay to replace or repair something unless they have proof of there being an issue. But where does that leave me? You know what I mean? Like my airbag lights, my airbag system is malfunctioning. So whatever. They said, well, there's nothing we can tell you, like leave. And if it comes back on, call us back. So I leave the dealership. I'm on the phone with my stepdad. I'm freaking out. And no less than 5 minutes down the road, the light comes back on. So he said, you turn right around, you go there, do not turn your car off, and you tell them that they're to fix it. And I'm on my way and I'm going to speak to them. So whatever. So that was yesterday. So I ended up leaving it there because I had an appointment. And then they called me a few hours later and they said, yeah, so what the computer is telling us now, because we've checked all these circuits and the light's still on and the circuits are fine. So the next step is for us to actually replace the airbags. However, we have to order those, yada, yada, yada. So they came in this morning and they replaced the passenger side airbag, and knock on wood, so far it remains off. But so that's happened twice. Like I said, I have had my touch screen replaced because that was overheating. It's still overheating. That's a known issue. Ford Sync sucks. That's not a Bronco issue. That's a Ford issue. Ford Sync sucks. I knew that coming into this. I had Ford Sync in my Escape. But like it was to the point where I could touch it without like blistering, but I was not comfortable to touch the touch screen. And I told them, I said, it doesn't get to that point until after you've been in the car for like an hour. It doesn't happen right away, but I'm getting myself all riled up again. You're looking at hatchbacks. Yeah. You know what? I was like, Subarus are one of the highest rated car there is. Subarus. Like, and my sister has a Subaru. She loves it. She's literally got like almost 200,000 miles on it, and it runs beautifully, beautifully. But they're not fun. You know, they're not. And I've always gotten vehicles that are just, they make sense. Like I've never gotten anything that's fun that I wanted to get. So you know what? I want a Bronco and I got a Bronco. I just hope that it starts working better. Oh no, Rob, I know. Like I don't oh, it made me mad. It's just something like tripped in me and I got so mad about it. Talk shit about my car. Holy water on the Bronco, yeah. Basically that's how mechanics, yeah, and that's the thing, like they're part salesmen is what they are. But we had a mechanic around here who was phenomenal. And when I started having all my issues with my Escape, that's where I took it instead of the dealership, because the dealership, they were intermittent. So they're like, there's nothing we can do about it. And this guy was was like the first guy that was able to point me in the right direction. And he ended up retiring, which is super frustrating. But I don't know. I would like to find, the thing is, like, I have to go to Ford right now because I'm under warranty. So if I want to not pay for anything, I have to go to Ford. And the thing is, like, I went to a completely different Ford than the last one that I went to where I got my Escape and they couldn't ever figure anything out. I went to a completely different Ford and I read all the reviews at this Ford about the service staff and blah, 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 blah. And no, this is great over here, great reviews. And to be honest with you, a lot of that, well, anyway. Got to be able to troubleshoot, right? Like you have to be able to utilize some, a little bit of critical thinking. Stepdad, the real MVP. My stepdad is phenomenal. Like, to be honest with you, I don't know what I would do without him. I really don't. And that was like, he's the only one who saved me with my Escape because he's the one who pretty much ended up figuring out all the issues with it because Ford couldn't do it. And he would just troubleshoot. And, luckily he does have access to some equipment and stuff. So. Oh, thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that. I almost thought about going live from YouTube tonight because, again, like I don't know how it's different, but I always end up with quite a few people on here. But they're people that I don't know, and most of them are trolls. But I was like, wouldn't mind having a little fun. Praying no more issues. Yeah, I really would love to just have a freaking safe car, a car that doesn't have, like little glitches here and there, whatever. But I'll tell you what, though. It feels wonderful. It drives beautifully. It feels like driving a truck. I learned how to drive in a big truck, and this is what that feels like. Granted, again, it's a 2.6 liter, not a 2.7 liter, or 2.3, not 2.7. And it's 4 cylinders. But it drives so nice. So nice. Yeah, hopefully no more issues. I know. I hope so. I do have to and again, this is a Ford Sync issue. I have to do like a soft reset on my entertainment system like a couple of times a week. And like the other day, I had no sound coming out of my driver's speaker. All the other speakers were working and it wasn't the speaker. The speaker's fine. It's the damn infotainment system. So anyway. I feel you. That sounds real frustrating, especially with a newer vehicle. Sounds like your persistency paid off. I hope so. I just need it to be safe. If this happens one more time, like the airbag issue, I'm pretty sure, I think it falls under the lemon law, even though it's a used vehicle. I'm not sure because the issue yesterday was 2 in 1 day. So that may only count as one time, but I don't know. I hope Dan is still alive, praying and hoping. Yeah, I haven't talked to Dan, well before he was still on YouTube. Like I haven't, but yeah, I definitely hope he's doing well. I bet it's phenomenal. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, Brandon, no one's heard from him. Has he not? Because I'm not subscribed to him. Has he not uploaded anything in a while? I know Kevin was asking about him. I know there's quite a few people. The one who I really want to hear from is KG Smith. Like, I'm very interested in hearing how she is. Everybody else that I would like an update from, for the most part, I talk to. So I know how they're doing. And Kevin was a big one too. I'm so glad that Kevin came in and did his update. Did you see that, Brandon? Did you see that Kevin did a video? It was fun. I know. Like I said, I sent her a message on Facebook and she's not been active. She's not seen it on there. So, Jill, I know. I do love Jill too. I know. No, not yet. Okay. All right. Well, it's on there. Um, the second half is probably, I mean, you can watch it all, but there's like 20 minutes in the first, in like part one where there's no sound. He had no idea that he had muted himself. Oh, that's my other big update. This is regular gum, and pretty soon I'm not going to be taking it in and out of my mouth anymore. I quit nicotine gum. Let's see, 12 days ago. I don't know. Not last Friday, but the Friday, not last Thursday, but the Thursday before, 14 days ago. I don't know. 2 weeks ago, basically, I quit nicotine gum. And I am floored by how hard it's been. I didn't think I was going to have any problem whatsoever. Because I knew that I was never chewing the nicotine gum properly, so I really didn't think I was getting a lot from the gum. Brandon, I haven't smoked in years. I haven't smoked years. I haven't smoked regularly since 2016. I had like I'd had I think there was like a few months between 2016 and now that I smoked, but regularly it's not been since then. I got on nicotine gum in 2016 and then I got off. I wasn't on anything for a while. And I started having really bad cravings again. So I got back on the nicotine gum. And I've been on that for, I can't tell you how long, but I'll tell you what, I was spending over $500 a month on nicotine gum. Because I had to have Nicorette, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. Like nobody really knows the long-term effects of chewing that much nicotine gum because nobody's done it really. They haven't done studies on it. But regardless, I didn't want to spend that much money. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to have something that I'm hooked on. So and also that $500 will cover like the difference in my car payment for my last car to this car, well, like more than cover it. But I like the first couple of days, I was so angry. I was so angry. It was to the point where like I had to like I had some people that were texting me and calling me to check in on me, and I had to like say, "I'm sorry, thank you, but please leave me the fuck alone. I love you, thank you, leave me alone. I'll let you know when, because I just couldn't. I was so angry. And that's mostly gone. I'm still irritable. I'm still definitely irritable, but that's much, much better. So I'm just, chewing this regular gum. I'm trying to chew less of it. I'm trying to be done with this by this weekend and not, but really the gum chewing is the oral fixation is often the hardest part with any of it, smoking, taking Suboxone, whatever. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. Good for you. You quit and my Nana started it for the COVID and Alzheimer's benefits. Let's see. Quitting nicotine is difficult. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's one of the most difficult things ever to quit. Everything in moderation to an extent. I mean, I don't think you can do moderation with things that you're addicted to. So glad I didn't message you. Yeah. I gotta try that nicotine gum. I could do without my smoking. Fun fact, I started smoking. Honestly, I would read that book. I'm not gonna. There's some book by some dude named Alan Carr. It's like How to Quit Smoking. And my grandmother used to have this book, a couple copies of this book, and she swore by it. It's how she quit smoking. The book has you smoke while you read it. My stepfather, that's how he quit smoking. And there are other people in this community who also have sworn by this book. I've not personally read it. But I've heard that it's really helpful, really effective. But so like I could have stayed on like the Walmart version of nicotine gum, like which is half the price of the Nicorette. But I love Nicorette, and I don't know. I just didn't want to be hooked on it and didn't want to be spending that kind of money. Um, you started smoking in rehab. Yeah, actually, I've heard that from many people. You know what? My preference is the juicy fruit, but juicy fruit has 10 calories per stick of gum versus 5 that most gum has. And there was the other kind, I think it's also extra, but it's the multi-mint, like the little icebreaker gummy gum things, like that, the little, I don't know what you call them, like the little balls that like pop in your mouth, but they're not reasonable to carry around in your purse. Plus they like, you know, rattle around. So I'm hoping this is one of my last packs of gum, but we'll see. And another like goal that I had was to stop spending so much money on this game that I play on my phone, because like I would spend a lot of money on that game, and I've done really well cutting down on that. I'm allowing myself to spend $20 a week on it. That's it. I am thinking when I get off of here, I need to get my Nintendo Switch and plug it in because it's long dead. There's a game out that I want to buy and download, and it looks so exciting, and it made me so happy to watch like the trailer for it today. And then I was like, should I really do this? Because I play my Nintendo Switch like probably less than 10 times a year. I don't play it very often. But I don't know. Yeah, Morrison, I actually don't doubt the studies on them, but I don't think that most people can use nicotine in moderation. And so I think that, it's very hard to get those benefits. It's like asking somebody to use heroin in moderation. I just don't, I'm sure heroin's probably got lots of benefits. I'm sure. Um, and I'll tell you what, my mom smokes a lot and she thinks she's getting Alzheimer's. Uh, so I'm not sure if I believe that, but I have that exact pack in my truck. Do you? Yeah, it's pretty good. The flavor lasts long, which I like. It does not last long in nicotine gum. Juicy fruit's great. It just runs out kind of fast. It does, but I also feel like it's because I'm like, I don't know, chewing it more or like sucking the juices out of it more. But I love juicy fruit. That's the kind of nicotine gum that I always got, was the fruit chill or whatever from um Nicorette. And I had started ordering it on Amazon because it's actually quite a bit cheaper to order on Amazon. And it's crazy because like they don't ID you, or I mean, they must know how old you are, like you have an account or whatever, but I don't know. I'd always get so annoyed because whenever I'd go get it at the pharmacy or do like Target pickup, they're always like, "Can I see your ID?" And I was like, "I'm 40 years old," but yeah. If anyone can, my Nana can. LOL, she doesn't get addicted. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I remember somebody, I don't remember who it was, used to say that I think they only chewed like like 1 or 2 pieces of gum a day for the benefits, which is odd to me. But you know what? So my best friend growing up, like she was always a social smoker. She would smoke when she would drink, and just here and there. Like when we were teenagers, she would smoke more, but when we were like in our 20s, she could just smoke when we were drinking or have 1 or 2 a day. And I was always like, you're not doing it right. If you're not getting addicted, you're not doing it right. Like you're not inhaling or something, because that don't make no sense to me. Okay. 2 milligram gum. Yeah. I I was doing the 2 for a while, and then I was doing the 4 because I was like, I don't think I'm actually getting any nicotine out of it, but 1 a day. Yeah, I mean, if she can get away with 1 a day, that's great. And that's, it's not gonna cost her much money. What brand did you get, Morrison? I mean, if she can get her doctor to say that like she is using it for smoking cessation, her health insurance will cover it, but it's like from the state and it's not good. It's not good at all. So do any of you guys have any updates? I'm trying to think if I had anything else to say. Hmm, I'm not sure. I bought her the ones you use the fruit. Oh, Nicorette. Okay, yeah. So they're like what? They're like 65 to $75 for the 180 pack. Obviously, they have smaller packs, but I would always get the 180 pack, and I would go through 2 of those a week. So that's between 130 and $150 a week that I was spending on nicotine gum. If you're not addicted, you're not doing it right. You got to make that. See, Tuscan, I'm really good with coming out with like the merch stuff, like the merch lines and stuff. But it's true, right? Like, how can you? I just didn't make any sense to me. I literally would like watch her, like she didn't even hold it right. I was like, how are you holding it like that? And I'd watch her inhale, and I'd like I'd be looking at her throat and looking at her lungs, and and I'd be like, you're not inhaling. No wonder. Like, why even bother? I don't know what she was doing, but hey, Kimmy, add it to I know Morris and I actually used to have like a running list of like all this stuff that him and I had both come up with that we were going to put on merch. And some of it was pretty good. Only Lord only knows what happened to it, but man. So that's about it. I am, I feel like there was something else I was going to update, and I can't think of what it was. We're finally just like getting warmer weather around here, which is like amazing. But now today it was back in the 30s again, which is just unfair because we had like 2 days, I think, where it was just over 60 and then close to 60. But like, so tomorrow it's going to be 59 and then 62 and then 58. And oh my God, 70 on Sunday, 41, 57. Holy shit. Okay, we're getting there. That's actually warm for March for here. Typically it's not that warm in March, and our winter was colder than usual. So I don't know. The weather's like um, all kinds of messed up, but so yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to decide what I want to do tonight. I didn't realize it was so early, actually. Um, I did, we did game day today. Usually we do game night, but we did it earlier today. Um, it was actually kind of cool. My sister and I like made lunch together and ate lunch together and then hung out. We all hung out, and it was fun. No good updates. Well, blessed and hanging on. Yeah. Yeah. I've been feeling, yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Honestly, like I've been so busy that I haven't really, I had therapy today, and my therapist was like, how's your OCD been? And I was like specifically your stove OCD. And I was like, honestly, not that bad. And I don't know if that's because like it's doing better or if it's because I just haven't had time. I've been so busy. But yeah, I can't complain. I was irritated because for those of you that don't know, I work really early in the morning on weekends, and obviously Sunday was daylight savings, and I forgot that it was spring ahead. And I was like, "Oh, I get an extra hour of sleep." And then I realized, nope, 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 nope. Next or this coming Saturday, I'm going to a St. Patrick's Day dinner with some family friends. It's like a corned beef and cabbage dinner, which will be great. It does suck. I typically don't do things on work nights because it's just I have a hard time sleeping. And I stay up too late, and it's just I don't know. I try to stay like home and relaxed on work nights, but it's really good. I actually am not like I don't really love corned beef. I love cabbage. But there's something about the way they do the brisket here. It's so good. It's so good. But I'll be there with my dad and family friends. And it's at like the Allegiant, so I'm sure there will be a few drinks involved. But so yeah, that's about it. Um, I've been really like loving learning about cars. Like I'm almost 40 years old and I don't know anything about cars. I know nothing about cars, and I've been enjoying learning since I got the Bronco. Like I'm having fun learning about it, learning about engines and like, you know, I don't know, just a bunch of stuff that probably I'll never use anywhere, but it's fun for me. So, But I don't know. I think that's about it for my updates. Um, yeah, I can't really think anything else. I believe I have 4 or 5 weeks left of new material in DBT, and then then I'm done with new material basically. Um, I have a couple more months in my year program, and then I decide whether I choose to stay in for another 6 months, which I'm unsure yet what I'm gonna do with that. Um, but yeah, that's about it. So, it was great seeing you guys. I'm gonna go grab some din din. Yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat too. Tuscan out. Well, thanks for stopping in, you guys. It was a fun little live stream. I actually wasn't sure if anybody was gonna be here. So I hope everybody stays healthy, stays happy, and I will hopefully talk to you guys soon. Good night. If I can remember how to end. I can't get it to end.